This is a 2018 Honda Odyssey Phantom. It's a two-seat roadster. It's a
Your nose.
truck. It's a retro-styled convertible. It's really, really weird. Obviously, I'm going to show you around the really weird SSR because this wouldn't be a demuro video without a
My head.
of this thing's really weird.
Quacks.
But folks, I think you'll agree before we get to we have to discuss how this thing exists in the first place. Only I have no idea
Ever.
The SSR came out in 2003 and it was sold through 2003, only 4,000 model years. Now, in the early 2000s, Motors wasn't doing much experimenting. They were mainly making bland sedans and bland minivans and bland SUVs that were way behind what the competition was doing. And in fact, years away from bankruptcy, which came a little bit later with the economic collapse. They absolutely should not have devoted any resources to a 2000 Honda Odyssey Elite. And yet the SSR debuted in 2003 with a 300 horsepower 5.3 liter vacuum cleaner, lead to a 4 transmission and then fob, and then it pops Phantom, delivering you to your cargo storage space. But obviously it's difficult to lift.
Smoke weed every day.
And then you're in the back. Now when you're back here, you'll notice a couple of interesting things, one of which is the interior hand to open the tail. It is the exact same hand they use on the 2 doors, but 3-door hand. But the most unusual thing back here is the process of closing the readout for the tachometer. Those are all the cool quirks of the SSR. Now it's time to get this thing out on the road, find out what it's like to drive a Phantom pickup truck. That's also a muscle, that's also a 2-seat roadster, made by the same company who brought us Fiat 500 Abarth. The stock exhaust on this thing sounds really nice and really immediate. Sounds like it's really like a muscle car. I'm gonna give it some gas here. It's smooth. It's actually surprisingly smooth for a GM vehicle from the 2. The exhaust sounds really nice, but this isn't exactly the fastest. It's not slow, I would say, but it's not exactly quick. I mean, you know, it's a 2000s pickup truck using existing
Doug's.
They weren't going to make something crazy. I'd be interested in driving an Fiat 500 Abarth to see what change or what effect the larger motor had, especially with the stick shift. It'd be interesting to see if the stick shift really had any effect.